probably seen a minifigure like this before, basic and very boring. LEGO has a habit of making some of the least interesting and poorly designed minifigures, so I spent several $100s scouring the web and purchasing some of the strangest LEGO pieces I could find to upgrade LEGO minifigures. Take Rodrigo here, a regular LEGO policeman and arguably one of the most handsome men alive. He protects the world from all threats, but has no protection himself, so he's in grave danger. But if we use some of the custom pieces, we can give him a new vest, helmet, and a shield, taking this minifigure from simple old Rodrigo to the most feared man in the entire multiverse. The LEGO heads are also a huge issue. You've got that "I've just witnessed a murder" face, the classic "please God end my suffering" face, the "I'm constipated" face, and my favourite, the result of a head-on collision. But in this order, I also got some of these custom LEGO heads, which are a million times better than what LEGO can make. An accurate old lady, the skull emoji in LEGO, I don't know what this is, and me whenever I leave the house. But let's not forget the final head, the what's this supposed to represent, guys? But there is a bigger issue. This LEGO minifigure has precisely 0 trim. It's honestly appalling, but by simply giving him some custom printed legs, a custom printed hoodie, face, and new hair, he's a million times better. He's wrapping brand new 360 printed Crocs, a textured hoodie with badges on the front, as well as a name printed on the back, and a fresh trim. But we can also give him something to do as well, like, for example, building some custom printed LEGO sets, playing on his Game Boy, his DS, Nintendo Switch, or even PlayStation. These are all custom designed LEGO gaming consoles, which are a massive upgrade from LEGO's previous minifigure accessories, which aren't great. But of course, we can't forget about the average American diet of a Monster, Coke, Red Bull, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, and Mountain Dew, which all now exist in LEGO. But this order also came with a mystery pack, so will I have made my money back with this purchase, or will I be severely disappointed? So to start, we've got a Nexo Knights poly bag, which is a bit unnecessary. Then in this bag, the head of an old man's hair, some legs, a hoodie, gun, pumpkin head, Scrabble board, one single wing, binoculars, and a machine gun. So now we have an old man playing Scrabble with a machine gun to make sure that you're subscribed. Now, I am a massive Star Wars fan, and honestly, the lightsaber has to be one of the coolest weapons known to man. It cuts through literally anything, and being a LEGO Star Wars fan, this is quite disappointing. The Mandalorian has to be one of my favourite shows of all time, with the dark saber featuring in it. It was only a matter of time until we saw it in LEGO. Alright, brand new Mandalorian set. And apparently the dark saber is just a regular lightsaber with a black blade. But did you know that there's actually hundreds of custom molded lightsaber hilts available, including the darksaber itself? This not only has an accurate hilt, but also a blade pulled straight from the show, unlike LEGO's version, which is basically just a pole. Over the years, though, LEGO's made strides to improve the LEGO Star Wars accessories, with guns going from this, to this, even this, and then right back down to reality. I now have an army of clones with literally no firepower, because as soon as I give them a stud shooter, not only do I want to throw myself out the window, but they can also barely stand. But these are custom LEGO guns pulled straight from Star Wars and a huge upgrade from LEGO versions. You've got a basic blaster, longer blaster, thicker blaster, pistol blaster, thicker pistol blaster, and a happy medium. And not only that, but they also come with custom attachments, so you can once more customize and upgrade the weapons even further. So now you can fully prepare your army of clones to march to the Jedi Temple and kill all the Jedi they desire. And potentially with a pretty nice custom jetpack too. But I think it's fair to say that most of us grew up with Ninjago, my favourite LEGO theme with some fantastic minifigures and also some not great ones. Take Season 1 Zane here. LEGO took the boring route and made him into a regular old minifigure when they could have made him into a punching bag, which can then be used by all the villains to represent the 10,000 times he dies in the show. But the ninja all started out with the same black suit, which we've never gotten in LEGO. But these are custom ninja torsos, and when paired with some black legs and the ninja's heads, are the perfect recreation of the ninja from Season 1. They can also be made even better as well, using custom ninja heads to give them expression so they're not just completely void of a soul. But it remains a crime that we've only gotten a handful of Dareth minifigures, undoubtedly the best character in all of fiction. So I knew I had to create the ultimate version and truly upgrade what LEGO gave us. Here we've got some custom printed legs, torso, and his handsome face, as well as the big man's name on his back, so that everybody knows who the most beautiful man on the planet is. Definitely a major upgrade. And speaking of upgrades, this is the LEGO Ideas Back to the Future set. A huge mess with a really weird blocky bonnet and basically looks nothing like the movie version. Not to mention that the minifigures have incredibly basic leg and torso printing, which for the price isn't great. But these are upgraded minifigures, with Marty here having actual leg printing and a highly detailed torso, as well as Doc having 360 printed legs, a brand new design on the torso, and a new head, making them so much better than Lego's old version, but probably not as good as the new version. But let's just forget about that. Kinda like about how everybody forgot about who Peter Parker was in Spider-Man, including Lego. I mean, when the Far From Home sets came out a few years ago, he had the wrong suit, which wasn't black like in the movie. But to try and make up for this, they released this 4+ set, which is the only one to come with this Spider-Man minifigure, which isn't good enough. So I bought this custom Far From Home Spider-Man to improve at having custom printed legs, torso, and a head. But to be honest, it's probably not as good as Lego's version. However, if we combine the custom arms with Lego's version, the minifigure becomes a million times better, and we can even build a custom ant made to accompany him too, making this even more accurate to the movie. Lego, you're welcome. But we also have this custom Miles Morales pulled straight from the Spider-Verse with not only his normal face, but also his mask too. Being 360 printed with insane detail, I think it's fair to say that Lego's version of this one isn't quite as good. And I know for a fact that Marvel fans will be breaking their banks to try and get their hands on this one. But I have to say, I absolutely hate it how Lego keeps making massively oversized robot builds like this Wall-E set. Whilst, yes, the people in that movie are reasonably wide, this is a more accurate minifigure scale Wall-E, which is built using only a handful of pieces, and actually only 3 custom printed ones. As well, we can give him a custom Eva too, so he's not all too lonely in his journey around America throughout the movie to try and convince them to eat some vegetables for once. But maybe this upgraded Lego healthcare worker can help, with a custom BHS logo on the torso, obviously being a reference to the NHS, but maybe also to this British staple. And to top it all off, we can give her a British flag, as well as some more accurate British teeth. Come on, England! Sometimes I do wonder whether or not minifigures are actually sentient. I mean, they're always falling off of shelves and sitting, staring straight through the souls of their owners, so you can only wonder, what are they thinking? Well, now we can know with this minifigure thought bubble. Simply place it onto the torso of a minifigure, and now you can know their every thought.
Hello, I'm Batman. I like beating up mentally unstable people because I'm rich and better than everyone else.
This is actually a great way to upgrade minifigures, making small changes to make them so much better. A professional businessman in Lego, for example, a very stand-up, honest guy, we can upgrade him with some more comfy trousers, and of course, because the weather's quite hot at the moment, a more breathable shirt, as well as a nice little hat to stop the sunburn. Much better. Or giving Batman a gun so he doesn't just keep placing the most dangerous people known to man back in prison so that they can escape and kill thousands once more. Or even Spider-Man now having an accurate Uncle Ben, Aunt May, Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, Captain Stacy, and basically all of his immediate loved ones. But we can also use minifigures to represent things, with one minifigure equaling how many brain cells Lego had to release Chima. Sure, some of the minifigures aren't too bad, but take the helmet off and you'll see whatever this is supposed to be. And honestly, sometimes Lego minifigures make me wonder if there's anything better. I mean, this is a knockoff minion, a million times better than Lego's, and these block tag minifigures are an absolute gem, and what's more, they can even be turned into fuel. You're welcome.